Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Miss Kelly Travel Spiritually, and on this channel, I help people awaken to the awareness around them. Today, I want to jump right into the video. I was guided to make a video over why I have zero friends, and I just want to give you the brief story on why I have no friends, and maybe this resonates to you. And since I was guided to do so, I want to send this message out to you guys. Well, let's go ahead and start from the beginning. I used to be the life of the party, having lots and lots of people around me, having lots of different fun all up in this matrix, doing all of what everybody else was doing. I never was a follower. I always was a leader, but that doesn't mean I was leading people in the right way. I'm an air sign, so I live in my head, and I always used to follow my thoughts. Whatever I used to receive from my thoughts, I would follow them. And I believe since I had so many people around in my life, and my thoughts would begin to tell me certain stories about a certain someone that might have been in my life, and I would literally feed it. And when I would see that person, I started feeling some type of way about them. They had no idea I felt some type of way about them, but I truly did, and I believed my thoughts all the time. And it was always stuff that people were supposedly doing behind my back, or treating me wrong, or saying things wrong, or trying to use me, because I didn't allow people to use me, because I've always been pretty strong in that area. So I would feed those thoughts and get around those people and start to feel some type of way about them, to be honest. Well, as time went on, I began to feel like I didn't fit in with anyone. So my circle began to get smaller and smaller. I had a small circle now. And within that small circle, I loved everyone in my circle, which I've loved everyone who's been in my life. But I started to realize, since all my life of helping everyone, which is something I love to do, was help, I realized that I had to help myself one day. And I felt that everyone that was in my life couldn't really help me. This was something more deeper. This was something that I had no idea how to fix. I didn't know what to do, especially that I never liked being alone, remind you, because being an air sign, those thoughts always creep up. So I've always liked having people around. So I didn't want to cut off or move away from the people that I did still actually have in my life. I didn't really know what to do. So as time went on, I felt an intuitive nudge from within, a gut feeling saying, hey, you need to step back and focus on yourself. You've been helping people your whole life, and no one can really help you. You've always been giving out this advice to people and trying to help them, even when people didn't take that advice to fix their lives, which actually frustrated me. Then they would come back for more. Or we all have our own drama and issues in our life. So people would bring that to me, and I didn't really mind helping them, because that's what I did, was help. But that one day, I was guided to step back. And I didn't understand why. I didn't get it, but I felt that I had to do something, because it was time that I had to help myself. And I didn't know how I was going to do that, but I had to figure it out. So I stepped back away from everyone, and I just began being very distant from everyone, trying to figure out, how do I even explain this to them, why I'm so distant. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm having to do this. I just felt it in my heart and in my gut. It was an intuitive nudge that I had to do this. Plus, I was feeling not near like myself. I didn't know what my life, where it was headed, or nothing. I know that I wanted so much out of life. I had such a big vision, but I didn't know what to do with it, and I just always felt that I need some guidance myself. I need some help myself, but I didn't know how to help myself. So as time went on, I began having no one in my circle. As I stepped back and listened to that nudge, that intuitive gut feeling that I needed to step back. So this is how I ended up having no friends. And this has been a year, going on 2 years now, where I have no friends. I realized that people liked me for my energy, that people liked me because I was able to help them. And I also realized that you cannot help people who do not want to help themselves, which is why I was getting frustrated and not wanting to help anyone again. I also realized that how could I help anyone else any longer if I cannot help myself? I need to help them in a way that benefits them, in a spiritual way, in a better way. and I get frustrated and angry and mad because they didn't take my advice. If I was going to help people, I was going to have to be something more from within that allowed me to do that. But I didn't know that at the time. But then I realized that that's the way. You got to fix yourself first before you can run around trying to help everyone else. And that the people that are in your life are basically a part of who you will become. Because the people you hang with are a reflection of yourself. And to be honest, not to judge anyone, I didn't want to be like anyone that was in my circle. I had bigger goals and dreams that I wanted to have one day, a whole different life that they probably had no idea of, which is fine because everyone is here for their own purpose, But mine was bigger and different, something I couldn't even really explain, And this is why I have no friends. I have not met like-minded people of my vibration yet. People that relate to me, that can understand me and my stories and the things that I talk about, where I could just truly be myself and not have to sugarcoat anything or cover up anything of who I truly am. And that's something that's hard to find. And that's something that's very tough for me. It was very tough for me because I felt lonely until I learned that I was never alone. Someone who's a people person, who loved people and loved to be around and help people, had to learn how to help herself and be alone and have no friends, So if you're hanging around in big crowds and you have lots of people around you and you feel that these people really don't mean you any good or they're not helping you become your greatest version, it's time that you begin to release those people out of your life and find your own way. And there are people that will find you and be in your life. People who are aligned with who you are and that are supposed to be in your life. People that before you came into the physical world, you guys knew that y'all would meet up here. We had to align with our highest self, and a life that is in alignment with who we are to match up and raise our vibrations to match up to those people who are already there for us. And in divine timing, we will all meet up together. And I believe we call them like our Gatlic family, and I'm so excited to know that one day I'll meet those people who understand me for who I truly am, because one thing we all have to realize is that people are in our lives for a moment, a reason, and a season. It's not always forever. There are lessons to be learned. There are things to teach each other, and then we grow and we move on. There's no hard feelings with that. So if you are around lots of people, ask yourself, do you want to be like any of these people? Do these people mean you any good? Do y'all have the same mindset? Do they believe in you? Can you be your true self with them? Can you tell them true things about yourself without nobody getting offended or feeling some type of way? Although you're not judging them, you're just being yourself. Ask yourself, do you have the right people around you and in your circle? Because if you are someone who hangs in big crowds, I got to tell you right now that you have way too many people around you. Because half of those people do not mean you any good. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. You can love people from afar, from a distance. It's okay if people don't understand why you have to move on. You have to find your way. You're on a mission here. There are people who will come into your life in divine timing, but not if you have these big crowds and big circles of people around you. You're just most likely having a lot of negative energies around you, So you got to do what you got to do for your own life. So if that means having no friends, you got to have no friends. And what I can tell you, it was tough as hell at first, but it was so amazing in the end because this led to me having a spiritual awakening. One day I woke up and I began to realize why I had to focus on myself. One day I healed my whole life. And I still have no friends, but I've never been this happy in my whole entire life. You got to find your own way and find your own true self. And by having so many people around, that's not going to happen. And I was guided to tell you about this, to tell you it's something that I've always wanted to speak about, but I just basically couldn't find the right words. And it came to me right in my meditation. I'm straight out of meditation speaking to you guys. and it came straight to me from my meditation on how to speak it to you. Change your lives. This is your life. Do what's best for you. And make sure you're surrounding yourself around all the right people. So if that means having no friends, that means having no friends. You're going to be okay. You're going to be greater than you know. If you have not liked this video, feel free to go ahead and press that like button. Comment. I'll engage with my videos and speak with you about this. That's fine. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and come back to see me before I make my videos at Flow State. I love you guys. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Miss Kelli Travel Spiritually is checking out.